Drew Barrymore is an American actress, producer, talk show host, and author. Drew Barrymore is a very interesting woman who has lived a truly tumultuous life. From dealing with the crazy pressure-filled life of being a child star since the age of 7, she has had a tumultuous life filled with drugs, mental health issues, and many different problems. Many highs and lows from the time she was a young child, but has built herself up to be an intelligent woman, true survivor, and has been a strong advocate for mental health and an inspiration to so many people, letting them know where you start is not where you have to finish. Drew Blythe Barrymore was born on February 22, 1975 in Culver City, California, as a member of the Barrymore family of actors. The Barrymore family was very successful in Hollywood and the arts and have a long history in acting. Her mother, Jade Barrymore, was an actress, and her father, John Barrymore, was an actor in the 1960s. All of her paternal grandparents were actors, including John Barrymore I, who was a very successful actor in the first quarter of the 1900s, with his movies being critically acclaimed, with 3 of his films being inducted into the National Film Registry and being recognized as one of the most influential and successful film stars of his time. Drew Barrymore's godmother was also Sophia Loren, so acting was definitely destined for Barrymore's future. Drew got her start in acting at 11 months old as she appeared in a Puppy Chow commercial, and her film debut came in 1980 in the film Arthur States. But her commercial breakthrough arrived in 1982, when she was 7 years old and landed a starring role as Gertie, a little girl scared of an alien, but eventually learns to love him, in the film E.T., the Extraterrestrial, which told the story of a boy who befriends an alien. The film was an instant blockbuster commercial phenomenon and surpassed Star Wars, becoming the highest grossing film of all time at the time. It was the highest grossing and most successful film of the 1980s decade, grossing $800 million at the box office worldwide and becoming known and recognized as one of the most greatest films of all time. This film shot Drew Barrymore into instant childhood superstardom, as she was adored by fans for her emotional delivery and adorableness, and becoming one of the most famous child stars of all time. Drew had continued success in films such as Firestarters and Irreconcilable Differences, and was one of America's sweethearts, being loved for her charming and witty personality, being constantly interviewed on talk shows, and even attended the White House to meet President Ronald Reagan. Everything seemed great and normal for Drew Barrymore up until around 1985, when her private life started to crumble all around her. She started attending parties and nightclubs at such a young age, including iconic Studio 54, with her mother sometimes 5 times a week. Drew was smoking cigarettes at 9, and at the age of 10, Drew was smoking marijuana. Then by the time she was 12, Barrymore was even snorting cocaine. She was such a young child and was sadly an addict, and she hadn't even reached high school. Barrymore's lifestyle was highly publicized, and tabloids benefited off of it every chance that they got. At 13, Barrymore was placed in rehab and spent 18 months in an institution for the mentally ill, and then, due to an attempt to harm herself, landed her back in rehab at 14. Drew Barrymore was then emancipated from her mother at the age of 15 and moved into her own apartment. I mean, this woman lived through so much at such a young age is honestly crazy. After being institutionalized for so long and being away from Hollywood, Drew Barrymore had to scrub toilets and wait tables to survive because she had received no calls from Hollywood. Imagine being a superstar at 8 years old and everyone in the whole world loving you, then becoming an addict to drugs at 9 years old, placed in rehab at 13, then living by yourself at 15, and having to work a cleaning job just to get by. This amount of trauma and hardship is unimaginable, especially for a child, and is a true statement to who Drew Barrymore is as a woman and her strength. After some years of career turmoil and not having any successful films that could pay the bills, Drew Barrymore bounced back in the 1990s when she starred in successful films like Scream and Never Been Kissed. Drew Barrymore also got her hand in producing, as she produced and starred in the action comedy blockbuster hit Charlie's Angels. Drew Barrymore had finally built her career back up and was in a much better place by the 2000s. Drew Barrymore has continued her success in films and producing, even to the present day, and has become such an inspiration to many. Drew constantly makes commitments to charities, especially the World Food Program, where she has donated so much. Her authenticity and fearlessness to be herself has made her one of the most relatable and loved celebrities of today. Drew's childhood story is a wild one, yet a very uplifting one, and has connected with so many people who have suffered abuse and addiction. Barrymore has especially made an impact on the Gen Z generation, while using her platforms to motivate people and uplift people with her life story and wisdom, by giving simple advice to sometimes just run out in the rain. Drew Barrymore is not afraid to be vulnerable while showing so much bravery through sharing intimate details of trauma with audiences, but she does it because she cares. Artists like SZA are even highly inspired by her story and wholesome free personality, by even titling a song after the actress on her debut album, Control. Drew Barrymore is a testament that life is always worth living, and she is a woman that has shared her life with the world and inspires so many people to become greater every single day. She is a legend that has truly lived, and these are the reasons why she is loved.